Ricky, thank you very much. And I am honored to be here this afternoon to speak with you. And it's my pleasure to deliver the keynote address for the 2023 City of the Future Conference and provide a glimpse into the work we are doing at DC Water. And also to provide you our great the city, how clean and safe and reliable and affordable the water must be, and the wastewater services that we provide as well. Some of you may not know me, and you may not know about my past, but I am third generation water. And I'm very, very proud of that. My grandfather worked for the Indianapolis Water Company from 1932 to 1962. My dad worked at the Indianapolis Water Company from 1962 until 2002. I started working at the Indianapolis Water Company when I was 16 years old. And at 16 years old, I did a number of things, including cleaning windows, painting fire hydrants, all the way up until I was a senior in college, where I actually worked on the main lane crew and did a number of different things at the utility. So I learned the business from the ground level up. And as a result of that, you know, my father and grandfather and that whole history piece, as a young boy, I watched my father come home some days very, very dirty after laying water main during the day. And it just reminds me so often how when I looked at him when he came home, you know, I just saw him being dirty. And one day I said to him, "Why are you so dirty? I don't understand why you're dirty, and I don't want to do what you do." And he quickly turned around and looked at me, and I was a young kid, and I thought I was going to catch it. And real quick, he looked at me and he said, "Then you need to work harder in school." And that just really resonated with me. But the real reason that he came home filthy and dirty on a number of days was because African-American employees were not allowed to use the locker room at the Indianapolis Water Company. And as a result of that, I truly understood what it was like to have equity. And I really began to look up to him as far as what he did on a day-to-day basis. Several decades later, early in my tenure here at DC Water, I was out one day visiting the Potomac pump station. And at that Potomac pump station, I went to visit with those employees because I wanted to talk to them about the wipes situation, which I'm sure some of you in this room still use wipes and flush them. If you do, get rid of them because they cause a problem. But I was actually there to talk to them about the wipe situation. And when we got done looking at the wipe situation there, I asked the employees, if there was anything you could have, what would it be? And I thought that they were going to say a raise, some equipment, or whatever it might be. And they said they wanted a bathroom. And I said, "Hold on, you don't have a bathroom?" And they said, "Yes, let us show it to you." And I went and looked at that bathroom, and it was dismal. As a result of that, it hit me about what my father went through and then what these employees were going through. Again, it was equity. I immediately made sure that these individuals had a bathroom that was one that was clean and that they could use. That experience growing up helped me learn and really take equity to heart and really think about, you know, the challenges that we have not only at work but at home. And I vowed that under my leadership, employees would always be treated equitable and fair at all times. But it takes me back to when I was younger. As some of you here today may know, that the water industry has faced a number of growing challenges over the past several years, ranging from accelerating climate change to aging infrastructure to delivering equitable water and wastewater services to the underserved communities, especially here in Washington, D.C. At DC Water, when I first came, one of the things I said that we needed a strategic plan. That strategic plan would be our roadmap to success. But that strategic plan had to have what we call our imperatives in it. And that was what must drive us every day. I'm sure that some of you today woke up on your way here or wherever it may have been, and you put maps in, because that became your map to success that day, getting to where you needed to get to. And as a result, for us at DC Water, I had to have that strategic plan that I needed to have in place. And we called it the Blueprint 2.0. We delivered the Blueprint 2.0 and the whole process with our stakeholders. It was a collaboration. We talked with our stakeholders. We talked with all of our board members. We talked with a number of our employees. We have 1,200 employees, but we couldn't talk to all of them, but we talked to a lot of them to understand what did success look like. And what we came up with were the 5 imperatives that you see up here on the board today. And I'm going to go through some of them here today with you. The first one, and the first imperative, is healthy, safe, and well. People are most important asset that we have, especially at DC Water. Our services directly impact the district and its communities on a day-to-day basis. And every single touch point that we have, we need to ask ourselves, is everyone that we have impacted healthy, safe, and well? And we ask ourselves that quite often. This begins with the delivering of world-class, healthy water services to our community, but expands far, far beyond that as well. Our lead-free DC program is such an example. My belief when I came to DC was that no one should drink from a lead service line. There are still 28,000 lead service lines in Washington, DC. And I don't believe that anyone should drink from a lead service line. As a result, we started lead-free DC. By 2030, all lead service lines will be removed here in Washington, D.C. The burden of replacing lead service lines has fallen on the property owners. It's very, very expensive. So as a result, not a lot has been done because the property owners could not afford it. As a result of that, we've looked at this and we don't think that that's fair. We think that people that are not able to replace their service lines or can't afford it. We have renters as well, as you know, here in DC. We have come up with programs to help them replace those lead service lines, not just on their side of the property line, but all of the lead service line. And that's been something that we've been working on thus far. To address this issue, we developed a prioritization model that uses an equitable and data-driven approach to identify high-priority lead service lines to replace here in Washington, D.C. Since the launch of the lead-free D.C., we've removed more than 3,000 lead service lines thus far, and we can honestly say today that all child care facilities do not have lead service lines any longer here in Washington, D.C. And that's what we think equity is all about. The safety of our workers is another priority for us when we talk about equity. Nothing is more important than keeping our teams healthy and safe and proper. Training and fostering an environment that provides a truly mental and healthy for all of our employees to understand that they are in a safe environment every single day. And that's what we've tried to provide all of our employees. As our tagline says at DC Water, water is life. It is perhaps the most important resource humans need for survival. Therefore, our services must be reliable. And that is the other imperative, is reliability. The key to reliability is our systems, our pipes, our hydrants, our valves, our pumps, our process facilities, and our IT systems. While we can't estimate disruption entirely in our system, we can place a strong emphasis on minimizing the avoidable and utilizing smart asset management as we build our system and we assess our system on a day-to-day basis. Using real-time data is the key to all of this. Better data will only help us measure our outcomes and increase the effectiveness of being a reliable authority and utility. As I mentioned earlier, climate change and cybersecurity risk continue to rise and are very real challenges for many industries, including the water industry. This brings me to the other imperative, resilient. The resilient imperative showcases how DC Water must be able to adapt to impacts from severe weather impacts, as well as cybersecurity threats and on our operations in order to maintain service reliability for our customers. Should our water sources be impacted, either through climate or cyber terrorism events, we need to know that we are prepared with alternative options, and that is what we have built at DC Water. We've made significant strides in identifying water reuse options for use during these potential events, and we've partnered with our with Washington D.C., also known as COG, the Metropolitan Washington Council of Governments, to establish source water and monitoring for every warning contaminant detection, and also the Potomac River in protecting it and continuing to integrate industry best practices as we move forward as a utility. Finally, with respect to resilience, we need to continuously learn from the previous emergency responses to better prepare for the ones in the future. The fourth imperative, sustainability. Sustainability is important in any city that you may be in. At DC Water, the emphasis on ensuring our activities meet the needs of the present communities without compromising the ability of the future generations to meet their own needs. We hold ourselves accountable in many, many ways at DC Water. And as a result of that, in the relations to social, environmental, and economic sustainability. Identifying ways in which we can recover resources and also reuse products. Ensuring efficient use of economic resources. Fully leveraging the talents of our workforce to increase organizational resilience as well. Identifying innovative funding and financing options is also part of that whole resilience piece. And many, many more things that we have in front of us as well regarding resilience at DC Water, which we are very, very happy where we're at today. The final imperative included in Blueprint represents DC Water's desire to be a truly equitable organization in all aspects of our operations. This touches on more than just providing water services. In fact, it goes far, far beyond water services. How we approach our projects, challenges, planning services, also customers, workforce, and more, all come back to ensuring that we do so in an equitable approach, as I spoke to earlier. It ties into how we manage our lead-free program, having a leadership team that reflects the diverse community that we serve and that we live in as well. It's about knowing that water isn't just for those who are more privileged. Water is a human right. Equitable, affordable rates are a must for us at DC Water when working with our constituents. Throughout my time at DC Water, we have launched numerous customer assistance programs. And this is very, very important in any major community that you live in, that you have these customer assistance programs, also called CAP programs, in the industry. But at DC Water, we think that we've exceeded a number of authorities and utilities across the country in providing some of the best CAP programs or customer assistance programs. Over the last few years, DC Water has dramatically expanded our financial assistance programs and created new ones as we've moved forward. We have 9 different programs today. Just to name a few of them, we have a one-time emergency relief program. We have payment plans for past due balances. We have ongoing discounts for customers. Discounts for renters, the first in the country where we're discounting bills for renters here at DC Water. So we're very proud of where we're at today regarding discount programs. I'm proud of the fact as well that DC Water advocates for our customers. each and every day. We will continue to do so until equity is achieved here in the District of Columbia. All of this I say today to say our focus goes well beyond water. We strive to utilize plans like the Blueprint 2.0, which is our roadmap, to continue to challenge us to think outside of the box and to implement organizational strategies to take care of our community and our workforce. I am proud of what we've been able to accomplish thus far in the few years that I've been here at DC Water, and I'm excited to see what programs that we will continue to develop at DC Water. That concludes my time here with you today. I'd like to thank the City of the Future again, and also the opportunity to share with you our DC Water story. Thank you very much.